In this video, I am going to analyze and compare two emblematic artworks, Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer and Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci depicted Lisa di Antonio Maria Gherardini, who was the wife of a wealthy Florentine named Francesco del Giocondo. This portrait was a commissioned painting. It was painted with oil paint on wood and was one of the first portraits depicted with a relaxed pose instead of a stiff pose during the Renaissance. Gherardini is depicted seated on a chair with her left arm resting on the chair and a calm facial expression. The artist used a technique called sfumato, which consists of thin layers of paint creating blurry edges. This provided more realism to the composition since the artist is now leaving contour lines on the painting, therefore it makes the main subject look very real. The use of chiaroscuro helps to transition from light to shadow, and atmospheric perspective utilized on the imaginary landscape, making the elements that are farther less saturated with color. The triangular composition creates balance on the figure and leads the viewer's eye to the figure's face. Francesco del Giocondo was part of important public offices, and the Giocondo family in general was a very important family in Florence. The name of this artwork, Mona Lisa, arose from the abbreviation of Madonna to Mona. Madonna in Italian translates to My Lady, and Lisa was her first name. This artwork's title, also known as La Gioconda, was attributed to the last name of Gherardini's husband. The Mona Lisa was displayed in Francois I's castle at Fontainebleau during the 1530s. It was then hung in the Tuileries during the 1800s in Napoleon Bonaparte's bedroom, and 4 years later it was moved to the Louvre's gallery. At this time, the artwork was not as recognized as it is now. The great popularity arose from the fact that it was stolen from the Louvre during 1911. The Mona Lisa was in all the newspapers, and the news were known all around the world. Johannes Vermeer depicted a young woman turning her head over her shoulder, creating the sense of a flirting moment. Her mouth is half open as if she's about to say something. She's wearing a blue and yellow turban, the emblematic pearl earring, and a yellow jacket with a white collar. The painting is not actually considered a portrait since it is not a person in particular, therefore the identity of this girl is unknown. This kind of painting is a tronie, which is a Dutch word for face, and it focuses on the personification of an ideal. In this case, the beauty of a young woman is idealized. This artwork is from the Baroque period in Northern Europe. It is an oil painting on canvas. The dark background draws the viewer's attention to the young woman. The contrast between the dark background and the great use of light helps the viewer to focus on the figure's three-dimensionality. Vermeer used symbolism, for example, the pearl represents wealth and the turban represents the globalization of the Netherlands regarding trading. This piece of art gained more popularity because of a novel by Tracy Chevalier based on this painting. This historical novel was published during 1999, and then during 2003 this novel was adapted into a film. The comparison between this painting to the Mona Lisa also provided popularity since the girl with a pearl earring is even known as the Mona Lisa of the North. Taking a closer look to the similarities of both paintings, we can see that both women have a direct gazing to the viewer. Both paintings have optical illusions. The illusion in the girl with a pearl earring is the pearl. Vermeer used highlights to create a pearl illusion, but in fact there is not an actual pearl in the painting. It was believed that Vermeer could not afford that kind of pearls because of their high prices. The illusion in the Mona Lisa is her smile. The viewer can appreciate the subject's smile when they look at the painting in general. But when the viewer looks directly at the subject's mouth, the smile is not noticeable. Da Vinci achieved this through the use of color and shadow. Both paintings have mysteries that are not solved yet, therefore they are open for different interpretations. For example, the identity of the girl with the pearl earring and the inspiration for the background in the Mona Lisa.